Emmanuel Amunike has scored for Nigeria. Goal that wins the first ever footballing gold medal for Nigeria. Joshua,
to continue their impressive run to place Edo State in the continental map.
Toby Amazon, look at the clock. I cannot believe it. She's done it again. 2 world records in one night. And she makes history by becoming Nigeria's first world champion.
Alex Iwobi decides to go early. Chukwueze shapes the shoot, gets some spaces. Osimhen.
Yes, the bells are jingling. The city is agog. It is 17 days to Christmas and we are so excited. We are also building up to the end of the year. What a beautiful year it has been, 2024. On this note, we're saying welcome once more to another exciting episode of Sportsville. My name is Matthew Okube. You know, we have another salient topic to look at today as far as the world of sports is concerned. So much as stories making the rounds, but you know, on this platform, we are majorly interested on stories making the news as far as the home front is concerned. My name is Matthew Okube. The top guys are in the studio. Tony Ubani is here. Raymond Akpagere is also in the studio. And the big man himself, Frank Ilaboya, is still very much around. At the other side, the show would take full shape.
Up and feel the thrill, the roll of the dice, the spin of the wheel, the rush of the win. With every spin and every turn, your adventure unfolds. Your chance to soar, your chance to win big. Dive into the adventure at BetKing Casino. Join BetKing today, and when you bet on Aviator, you get 50 free bets on us. Download the BetKing app now. That feeling, that's BetKing.
Yes, trust us to also bring you just the way it is. The week in pictures are taking you through the world of sports in pictorial form. I told you the guys are in the studio. Let's get to meet Tony Ubani. Tony, there is this name George used to call you, Tony Uwokoma Ubani. I don't know if I'm old enough to add that to Uwokoma.
Yeah, but absolutely. The Uwokoma is another bit of my middle name, you know, of course, which translates, to how handsome I am.
Boy.
I think that handsomeness, I think that was when I was young, much younger, because these days, when I look myself in the mirror, I duck. But Matthew, I think it's a very good thing. Christmas, honestly, is here. But one particular thing that I noticed is that if not for the peculiarities of Christmas, I think the hardship would have drowned Christmas. But I've just noticed that Harmattan is out, the season itself, almost everything has changed. That is just the thing that makes Christmas very, very special for us.
Interesting. And we also have Raymond in the studio. Raymond, feels great to have you back.
Always a pleasure being here when it's a Sportsville. It is where to say the truth, the place to say it as it is. And of course, it's always good when particularly there are a lot of things to celebrate.
Yes, and we also have Frank in the studio. Frank, thank you for coming on the show once again.
Thank you so much, Matthew. Like you said earlier, the Christmas fever is on, and I want to wish all our viewers Merry Christmas in advance. 70 days to go, and the fever is becoming very feverish.
Absolutely. Talking about Christmas, I'll tell you that sports is also, so much is also happening in the world of sports, especially from the home front. Today, we're looking at, we're using badminton as a case study as far as preparation for key event is concerned. Not to forget that most of the sports federation are already looking at the roadmap, the way forward as far as 2025 is concerned. In the course of the week, the Confederation of African Badminton Federation, in conjunction with the Nigerian Badminton Federation and other sister federation, were able to kickstart an initiative as far as the roadmap and also the way forward for badminton on the continent is concerned. This event was held in Abuja, and they said the idea is to see how the next generation of badminton superstars can be developed, funding for the sports as well as early preparation, which they say is key for major international tournaments. All this is geared towards the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics. We are using badminton as a case study to say, preparing for key events, especially the things that needs to be done, they were highlighted as far as that event is concerned. Frank, let's start with you.
Well, honestly, I must say that I'm excited with what I'm seeing, with what I'm hearing. That badminton has taken the gauntlet and showing the way forward. I'm tired of this country going for international competitions. We come back empty-handed. We set up panels. At the end of the day, nothing comes out of it. And we all know that one of the key elements of success is early preparation. Early preparation. And that's why I'm so happy that badminton has just shown us the way. I think other federations, or even the federal government, talking about NSC now, should ensure that we have a roadmap. That's all. We just came back from Paris Olympics, empty-handed. Or we saw that the minister set up a probe, a quote to me that does not really make sense to me, because at the end of the day, the recommendations were on Ofili, as if Ofili was the reason why we all came back empty-handed. But that has always been the case. I remember when we went to see Olympics, the late Dr. Bemudia was the NSC chairman at that time. He came back and said, we are going to start the pressure for the next one immediately. That has been the story, but thank God that we are now having a paradigm shift, and badminton should the way. I'm so excited with what I'm seeing. And I hope, like I said, that others should take a cue. The only way to get medal is early preparation. Even for the one for Los Angeles late, let us look at the one 4 years later. That is that 2032?
Yes.
Yes. But so far, I think badminton has shown us the way.
Tony.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think that it would have happened at a much later or better time. Badminton has shown, the will. And like they say, where there is a will, there is a way.
Yeah.
So there is a way that badminton has provided. And of course, providing it and showing the National Sports Commission chairman that this is exactly what we should do. If indeed, we are serious of reforming our sports. If indeed we are not going to be partakers, at the Olympics or international competitions, that you must prepare. And of course, it's that preparation that is just bringing us and bringing excitement. And of course, you could just see when somebody prepares his home very well, there is always results. And of course, like they say in my place, when you do not, organize your home well, that's the time you begin to talk about, people from home are chasing me. There are a lot of things happening. Matthew, I'm indeed excited that badminton, have taken the gauntlet, and then the National Sports Commission were there, and indeed, we will also take a cue. Let's see what they do, with all the sports that, are in their, hands. So let's see if Nigeria has changed what it used to be, from let's going back to the draw board and then, writing something on the draw board.
Raymond, I want you to look at it for us this way. Since the last Olympics, most of the sports federation, as we speak, especially the president of the respective sports federation and their board members, are just buying time. Because most of them, their time in office has elapsed. And some persons are already looking at the NLC to take the lead on realigning some of the sports federation to ensure that those that ought to be there take the saddle of leadership going forward. Where are we in this regard as we talk of sports federation preparing well, especially for 2025?
Yeah, I think it's just badminton case now. It's like a wake-up call, reminder, of all sports federation for them to be alive to their responsibility, because before now, there hadn't been any activity anywhere. I remember when the Olympics ended, I said we should sack all the federation presidents, sack all the federations, dissolve them because they really brought shame and, problems to our sports. We went to the Olympics, nothing and all the allegations, all the scandals, all the poor outings, nothing happened. But Perrin said this one coming from badminton, appreciated by the continental body now, really, championing this one. I hope it's going to bubble not just badminton, but other sports. But who are the guys that will drive it? We have a Frank Obi now, ever creative as far as badminton is concerned. What would you say about the other sports federation presidents? What is happening? What are their plans? The 7SC, they've been on board now for some months. What are the activities? I hope they will not just come and witness this presentation we saw, this fine attendance and all, and we die there. What happened to the Athletics Federation that sacked his coach? The Boxing Federation that sacked their coach few days to a major event like the Olympic Games. The former sports minister told us, heads will roll, nothing rolled except himself being rolled out of office. Mm-hmm. So why don't we have a situation whereby we move forward instead of having complaints and all? So I hope this badminton program would be one that will keep everybody, alive. Be alive to their responsibility and not just, one that, just about pictures and about colors.
You said the minister promised that heads were going to roll, and nothing rolled.
Except his head. Except he rolled.
Something rolled. He
was rolled out. He saw it all in Paris. He saw it all in Paris, and he swore that heads will roll.
But I'm saying that But
let's see more serious programs.
Let us see more.
Things that will make us excited as we're hearing now regarding this program from badminton.
Frank, as we discuss a sports federation that are showing the way, that are showing leadership, that are taking the saddle and begin to look at a better 2025, I think we must begin to look at the likes of Cricket Federation. A lot seems to be happening in cricket as we speak. I think that's one federation that is not getting the level of flower they truly deserve. In terms of infrastructure, cricket comes top, even above football. The likes of Uyi Akpata, what they are doing as we speak. As I speak to you now, the Cricket Federation has won, the Nigerian Cricket Federation has lifted the World Cricket Qualifiers Trophy for Africa. And the team has also qualified for the next World Cup.
Yeah, Matthew, I don't think you need to say more. Remember that early this year, we gave the Cricket Federation President, Dr. Uyi Akpata, an award, Sportsville Award. Why do you do that? Because we saw in him and someone that is very, very proactive. Apart from cricket, last year and this year, there is no other federation that is as busy as cricket. Not just busy, you see some quality, creative and innovative programs. That is what we need. The man showed us the way, and that was why we took him as a man that we have to give award to. Because Sportsville Award is not just for all comers. Look at the quality of what we are doing. We look at the quality of the person. Look at the contribution. Even the same Mefansobi of badminton was also honored. That tells you that we look out for these people that are doing well. So cricket has shown us the way that even without government, you can use private sector. See, sports business is too sweet. It's too good. People are ready to put in money. That is why at times when I hear that football, they say they don't have money to pay salary to the coaches, I feel sad. Because this is one sport that all Nigerians are so much in love with. It's just a little bit of tuning it, and money will roll. And I'm happy, like I said earlier, what Obi is doing, what Cricket Federation is doing. And if we have more of this, the next two Olympics, we'll get something back home. Olympics.
Yes, interesting. From cricket now, Frank, Tony, let me take you to wrestling. Since the Olympics, as far as wrestling is concerned, it's been all about either Igali would stay or he leaves. Several persons have thrown their hearts in the ring, wants to succeed Igali. What happens to the sport from the grassroots? What are the basics, the rudiments that needs to be done? Because we saw at the very highest level that the likes of Odunayo Adekuroye, Blessing Oborodudu, that we so much celebrated, have had their time. We need to be looking at those who will go represent Nigeria at the 2028 Olympics and will win medal for us.
Yeah, Matthew, I think that indeed Daniel Egale, has truly been a Daniel. He came, he fought, and of course he established and left a lot of things behind. And I think too that those who are struggling to, put on his big shoes are people that also must have followed his roadmap. I think that these are people that are going to use the legacies that he has left behind, because the young man, after his conquest, at the Olympics, for Canada, he came back and invested heavily in Nigeria. And I think that it's really going to be out of place if Daniel Egale leaves wrestling and then we begin to, notice things as it has always been. That means without things getting the grassroots level. We have seen with Daniel Egale, the rise of wrestling, and of course the involvement, especially of the government, and truly, Bayelsa State government, through
Tony, that's where I want to come in now.
Yes.
See, when you leave sports to government,
Yes.
when you leave sports to government, you always have these dislocations. Okay, Egale has done well, no doubt about that. But we are talking of a roadmap that tells you that in the next 4 years, this is what we want to achieve. In the next 4 years, this is how we want to get funding. In the next 4 years, this is the type of players we want to expose. That is what we do now. Government cannot do that because every government in a democratic setting, they are all thinking of the next election. So they have little to contribute to this. That is why sports must go to private sector funding. We have a standard. That is what Akpata is doing, and that is what Babington wants to do now. Because the funding that will come for this preparation is not for the government. Yes, government provide the environment, but this funding has to come from private sector. That's so that you can follow your roadmap.
Raymond, I would like you to Raymond, I would like you to stay on this. You definitely make a mention on this. Let's talk about boxing. Let's talk about boxing now. We knew all that transpired as far as boxing is concerned at the Olympics. Where are we in boxing? And what exactly is the way forward? We're talking about a roadmap for the respective sports federation as we build up to 2025, having a very, very vibrant sporting year.
Here is the board of wrestling. The boxing federation. General Minima. Over the years, we'll be hearing him as the president and all. The man would hardly see. I can't remember seeing Minima to either interview him or at least seeing him in an event.
The man has minimized himself now.
Yes. So when you have those kind of leaders, I'm now hearing that
Omar Agege said he's acting.
How was he made acting president?
Yes.
With all the controversies at the continental level? There were a lot of allegations against him and all. Is that how we constitute our federations? Why don't we have the credible people run our sports? That is why I've always said, let those who will confirm not to have done well, as far as the last Olympics is concerned, let them be phased out. In fact, I'm surprised that most of the federations are still functioning. All the drama we had about athletics is still uncovered. Just swept under the carpet. Wrestling, for wrestling, I expected so much from that federation. We've spoken so much about Egale over the years, but we must admit that France, the last World Olympic Games was a major flop for him. And of course, Wrestling Federation. Truth must be said, when we have this kind of people, when we have things like this that are swept under the carpet, we're not going anywhere. Egale, well done. You've done well. But he did not do well when it has to do with the Olympics. And he's still there. So we're talking of things we are seeing, things that will make us excited. And this federation must come out with programs like we're hearing from badminton now. Come out and tell us the programs you have. Don't hide. Don't dodge from the media. Of course, you don't need to hide when you have a good thing to display.
Yeah.
So let's have something tangible. Otherwise, we continue to lament. I don't want to lament again. That's why I pray we have credible people that are in our sports federation.
Yeah, in terms of credibility, which I think I support. To me, that is where the National Sports Commission should come in now.
Yeah.
Okay, as far as I'm concerned, they should be able to come out with a roadmap. That roadmap should guide all federation. That is why I continue to thank, appreciate Francis Obi for showing the way. To me, this roadmap should be replicated at the federal level, given to all the presidents, so that the next election, we don't know who can fit in. See, most of these presidents use this federation for their own personal publicity. And that is why they don't care. They just want to travel. I remember in those days, I don't want to mention the person's name, who came into wrestling and said was going to make wrestling one of the biggest sports in Nigeria. by the time he was changing, dual exchange rate, he disappeared. That is not what we want. We want people that would develop the sport, and that responsibility is NSA responsibility. Come up with a roadmap.
Frank, I think that's you narrowed that, and of course, I think you handled that well.
Yeah.
I think that's where the responsibility of the National Sports Commission
comes
in. I think it is left, and I hope that Bukololo Kwade, who is the Director General of the NSA, and of course Shehu Duku, they are listening to this. This is the time for us to see, what you are going to do, giving us the hope that indeed the National Sports Commission is really going to take home and of course bring a lot of salvation to our sports. So let's just see what they do. But I think this is the first task they have to do it, because there are too many visitors, going to Abuja.
I wanted to add, because I hope there's no competition in all of this. Shehu Diko and of course Olakpade. Let's get to see them do sports business for Nigeria. I'm seeing so much power show already. I may be wrong, but that's exactly what I'm saying.
So the cost is not about sports.
Please, let's see people that are serious in our sports federation.
Absolutely. You can be rest assured that Sportsville definitely has something coming up as far as the National Sports Commission is concerned. We are going on a break at this time, and when we return, we'll be talking grassroots sports, grassroots football development to be precise.
Pack your bags. Betano is giving you the chance to win an all-expenses-paid trip to the UK. Play with Betano and watch live the big game of Aston Villa versus Tottenham at the iconic Villa Park. Ready for an unforgettable football experience? Betano, proud partner of Aston Villa.
It's very important that we get the young ones occupied. It's very important that we identify the talent, and it's very important that we know those ones that are really interesting. And having ex-player like me and my colleagues down here, some of us are involved in youth football. Personally, I'm involved. So it's a good thing. It's an opportunity for them if we're able to see an interesting one that is disciplined and ready to further the career. So it's just an opportunity for the young ones here.
It's a very, very, very beautiful initiative. With the players' body, we quite appreciate that, because if tournaments like this come up, we can engage the youth, and it's a very complex game. And because it's complex, it requires a lot of technique, skill, concentration, and the basis of football is applied. So for me, it's a very, very welcome development. Honestly, we quite appreciate it. And we will employ the sponsors and the organizers to continue to do such things, to empower the youth and to bring a lot out of the youth of this country in tournaments like this.
It has been a great experience. The teams that we play, they are very tough teams, but with that, my team also is a strong team. I always came in my A game, so I always told them, do your best and leave the rest. It is football. You will conceive, but don't conceive more. Let them conceive more. So that's just my plan. I always tell them to just play football because it's a simple game. I'll say a big thank you. It's a great atmosphere, great platform. A very big thank to Spice Alpha side. It's not easy bringing such an event to this kind of area, and people look at the smiles on everybody's faces. So it's a great one. I really appreciate their effort. Yeah.
I feel amazing because this tournament is one of the biggest tournaments I've ever played. And even for this tournament, my team was down from the day one about our first match. My guys were like, want to give up, but I say no, we can do this tournament. We are the champion of the zona. We can do the champion of the world. So he said yes. Then we pick from there. And who does to that? My number one, my keeper. Let's forget about it. He got the record in this match. He was the one that bring us in the semi-final to the final. So even our second keeper, he didn't believe that we keep today. But kudos to him that he came and we are the champion of today. I'm very excited today of this tournament.
There's no limit. Initially, when we started this tournament, because we were not envisaging the kind of expenses that's going to come our way. We were thinking of giving the finalists 50 million naira. But because we started experiencing a lot of other costs, jerseys, the sign-ups and all other things that we need to do, the logistics, the housing of the players, the accommodation, support, feeding and all of that, it actually affected the budget, and that's why we're at 5 million 10 million win prize. Next year, we're actually projecting for 50 million win prize, and then it's going to be shared among the first runner-up and the second runner-up. And of course, there are some other experiences that we also intend to increase in terms of what kind of support are we looking to provide in terms of mentorship for the players. Some of the players have talked to us about mental health, the support, psychological support, and all of that. We're looking to put all of that in. We're thinking of health insurance for them as well, because sometimes when they play football, they get injured, they don't get treated, and that can end their football career prematurely. So those are some of the things that we're trying to put in place for them. And more importantly, we also want to create an avenue where we can also create a crop of players, not just in Lagos, across Nigeria, that can compete internationally in futsal programs, either in Portugal, in Spain, or in Brazil or Argentina. That's the target.
Yes, what a finale it was, the grand finale of the Spurs 5-a-side Nigeria Street Soccer Tournament. The initiative we started as far back as March 2024 finally came to a close. Frank, what a finale.
Wow, I think first of all, let me commend the organizers for putting up a show of this magnitude. Okay, you know, initially we thought that the Spire 5-a-side tournament was just any other tournament, but with the quality of organization I saw, with the creativity, with innovation, I think you know, there's so much ahead of you know, this tournament. I remember when Friday Lahore mentored one of the finalists on a Thursday, and he told me that the quality of creativity I've seen, that he has never seen a tournament of this nature where the players are even quartered in a very decent hotel, where the players are transported, the quality of jersey, you know, the quality of even the ambience, that in fact, that the football or the stakeholders should learn from the organizers. Good one. I want to say kudos to them. Also kudos to the winners, you know, who went home with a 5 million naira. Yeah. Can I imagine? You know, the second place 3 million, and the third place 1 million. So it has always been win-win. I say kudos to you know, Spire Media and to the lead organizer, Dr. Femi Bankole Alibe.
Interesting. Tony, you've also been part of this.
Yeah, Matthew, I think there is a revolution. I remember when Spice, you know, came into the scene, I've always said there is a revolution in football that is coming. And why it excites me, you know, like Frank mentioned partly, you know, has been, you know, this transformation, you know, they breathe in a lot of fresh air to, you know, sports, to football especially. And then when you talk about accountability, when you talk about transparency, you know, these are some of the things that are lacking in our football. All the things that are lacking in our football are the things that we are seeing that these young brains have started tackling. And indeed, I think that Nigerians should pay attention to these people. And these are some of the people that we definitely need to run our football at the highest level from the Nigeria Football Federation. These people should be looked into and, of course, be incorporated if indeed we want to be the leader of you know, the world's biggest football in Nigeria or in Africa, as it were.
Pack your bags. Betano is giving you the chance to win an all-expenses paid trip to the UK. Play with Betano and watch live the big game of Aston Villa versus Tottenham at the iconic Villa Park. Ready for an unforgettable football experience? Betano, proud partner of Aston Villa.
The conversation continues across all our social media platforms. On your screen at this time, we'll return next week with another interesting package of Sportsville. I'm Matthew Kube. Bye for now.
Pack your bags. Betano is giving you the chance to win an all-expenses paid trip to the UK. Play with Betano and watch live the big game of Aston Villa versus Tottenham at the iconic Villa Park. Ready for an unforgettable football experience? Betano, proud partner of Aston Villa.
Emmanuel Amunike has scored for Nigeria. Goal that wins the first ever footballing gold medal for Nigeria.
Joshua, Vladimir Klitschko
explosive run.